We are in module 6, lesson 4, absolute value inequalities. Yeah, page 367, and today we were 17 January. Yesterday we took this case if absolute value of A less than n, right? And we say n is non-negative. It can be 0 and or positive number. So at this case, if absolute value of A less than n, then A less than n and A more than negative, right? You wrote the case yesterday. Who wrote the case? You wrote it. Is it correct? If absolute value of A less than n, then absolute A less than n and A more than negative n. Right? Right? Example, if we solve absolute value of n plus 5 less than 3. Now A is n plus 5, right? And n here is 3. Apply. So n plus 5 less than 3 and n plus 5 more than negative 3. Right? You understand? Now we solve this and we solve this. M less than 3 minus 5 minus 2 and M more than negative 3, negative 5, negative 8. So M, the solution, if you want to graph the solution, here negative what? 8, the smaller number, and here negative 2. If M less than negative 2, طبعا both are open circle. And if m less than negative 2, so I'm going to the left of negative 2, right? If m more than negative 8, I will go to the right of negative 8. So I'm talking about the common area here, right? It is between them. You understand? You understand? So this case, memorize it very well. Memorize it very well. If absolute value of expression less than a value of n, then this expression less than n and this expression more than negative n. To check our answer, you can guess a number here, a number here, a number here. For example, here guess 1. 1 plus 5, 6, right? Absolute value of 6 is 6. Is it less than 3? No. So this is not. Guess a number here between negative 2 and negative 8. Negative 4. Negative 4 plus 5, 1. Absolute value of 1, 1. Is 1 less than 3? Yes. Right? Guess a number here. Negative 9, for example. Negative 9 plus 5, negative 4. Absolute value of 4, 4. Is it less than 3? No. So any number here between negative 8 and negative 2 is a solution. Any number outside is not a solution. Do you understand this case? I will call it case 1. Okay. Now in the homework, we select which questions. Yeah, question 1. So we are on page 371. Question 1, solve the following inequality. Absolute value of x plus 6 plus 8, sorry, less than 16, right? Now apply the case. Go back to the case. Apply it. A less than n, A more than negative n, right? So what's A here? X plus 8. So x plus 8 less than 16 and x plus 8 more than negative 60. I'm applying this. Do you understand? But no, case 1 still less than. A less than n and a less than negative n. How come? Cannot be. Yeah, the same. Same. This here, guys. This same of this. A less than n and more than negative n. It is the same. هي هذه وهذه and عادي. It's the same. طيب, let's solve it depending on this. عادي. So if absolute value of a less than n, then a is between negative n and n. Done? Yeah, let's go to the question. This, what I wrote here, is the same of this. X plus 8 more than less than. Same number, negative the number. Right? Same. هذا same اللي أنا كنت كاتبه. Okay? Now solve. Here how we solve it? We get rid of this plus 8 by subtract 8 in the 3 sides. So here is still x. Right? Here 16 minus 8, 8. Negative 16, negative 8, negative 24. Now you can graph it. It is between negative 24 and 8. Both open circle and it's between them. Right? Same idea. To check, guess, and substitute. Check a number here. 9. Right? Here. Check 9. Here, check negative 1. It's between them, right? Here, check negative 25. Right? Check 9 here. 9 plus 8, 17. Absolute value of 17. 17. Is it less than 16? No. So this is no solution. Check 1. 1 plus 8, 9. Absolute value of 9, 9. 9 is less than 16? Yes. Correct. Here, check negative 25 plus 8, negative 13. Absolute value of negative 13, 13. صح? Negative 25 plus 8, negative 17, sorry. Absolute value of negative 17, positive 17. Is it less than 16? No. Do you understand? This is question 1. Solve. Copy, please. Question what now? 2. Solve absolute value of r plus 1 less than or equal 2. It less than or equal same of less than, same idea, but without, in place of the open circle, we will put closed circle, right? Same idea. So r plus 1 here is more than equal, less than equal to negative 2. Or you can make them two inequalities with and between them. You can say r plus 1 less than 2 and r plus 1 more than negative 2. It's the same, right? Now solve negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. Find the answer. Here r more than equal, less than equal. Here 1, here negative 3. So here negative 3, 1 closed circle, and it's between them. Done? Question 5. Question 5. Absolute value of m plus 4 less than negative 2. So what I will write here? m plus 4 more than negative 2 and less than positive 2, right? صح? No, no solution here. Yeah. This is absolute value, always positive. The question said this absolute value less than negative 2. It can be negative 3, right? Can be negative 4, can be negative 5. Is this correct? No. This value here, if you have absolute value, this value here should be what? Non-negative. Can be 0, it can be positive. Got it? Himna? So No solution in question 5. Be careful about this. Question 6, what we have? First, less than negative, also no solution. Yani give me a number. Think about a number. If you put it in place of W and take absolute value of F, but the absolute value gives always positive, right? Yes, this positive value can be less than negative F? No, cannot be. Yes. No. Yeah. Done. Himna. Him. Right. Now case number 2. Case number 1, if it is less than absolute value less than a number, we take it like this one, okay? Or like this one, it's the same, gives at the end the same answer. Done? Now, case number 2. Case number 2, if absolute value of A more than N. If absolute value of A more than N. Here we have or, not and, or, not and, okay? So if absolute value of A more than N, then A more than N, or A less than negative N. A less than negative N. Done? Done? So here we have 2 cases. Case number 1, if absolute value of A less than N. خدناه واشتغلنا عليه. Case number 2, if absolute value of A more than N. Less than, we deal with it as and. More than, we deal with it as what? Or. And we have difference here. We have difference between and or, right? Yeah, this is case number 2. For example, اللي هو example 4. Example 4. Solve the following inequality. 2m, absolute value of 2m minus 9 more than 13. More than 13. So the first case here, second case. What's A? 2m minus 9, right? What's n? 13. Mr. Abdullah, what you are doing? Writing what? Sit down well. Sit down well. Now, absolute value of 2m minus 9 more than 13. So A is 2m minus 9. N is what? 13. Apply this formula. A more than N means what? 2m minus 9 more than 13. Or, you need to write or. A less than negative N means 2m minus 9 less than negative N. Yani negative what? Solve it. Solve this, then you graph your solution. Here 2n more than 13 plus 9, 2n more than 22, n more than 11, right? And here or 2m less than negative 13, negative 13, positive 9, 2m less than negative 13, positive 9, negative 4, right? Dividing 2, m less than negative 2. Or, not and. When I say or, one solution of them is acceptable. Remember, chips and chocolate, chips or chocolate, right? Yeah. Now, yeah. This is negative 2, this is 11. And here open circles, right? m more than 11, so I'm going to the right of the 11. M less than negative 2, I'm going to the left of negative 2. Right? Now, here, look, focus. Any number here can be solution for this. Any number here can be solution for this. But any number here cannot be solution for this. Let's check. Choose a number between 11 and negative 2, like 5. Put 5 here. 2 times 5, 10. 10 minus 9, 1. Absolute value of 1, 1. Is 1 more than 13? No. Choose any number more than 11 here, like 12. So here no solution, right? 12. 2 by 12, 24. Minus 9, 24 minus 9, 15. Absolute value of 15, 15. More than 13? Yes. Right? Choose any value here, negative 3, for example. 2 multiply negative 3, negative 6, negative 6, negative 9, negative 15. Absolute value of negative 15, positive 15. Is it more than 13? Yes. Done? Similar idea? So this case 1 and case 2, memorize them in your mind, please. Right. So m more than 11 or m less than negative 2. You can graph it in your number line if it is the density graph. It's not a graph. Let's do the check after this example. Use your copy box, please. In the check, use your copy box, no space. Check after example 4, page 307. Solve absolute value of 4m minus 20 more than or equal what? 12. صح? 4m minus 20 more than or equal to 12. Right. Go to the case. Which case? Case 2. More than. A more than n or A less than negative n, right? Go and apply. For n minus 20 more than or equal to 12, or for m minus 20 less than or equal what? Negative 12. Just memorize the case, apply the case. That's all. Solve each part now. For m more than or equal to 12 plus 20. For m more than or equal 32. Divide on 4, divide on 4, m more than or equal what? 8. Or for m less than or equal minus 12 plus 20. For m less than or equal 8. Divide 4, divide 4, m less than or equal what? 2. Now come and graph. Here 2, and here what? 8, and both closed circles. M more than or equal 8 to the right of the 8. M less than or equal 2 to the left of the 2. Done? You can check your answer. So m more than or equal 8, m less than or equal 2. This is the solution of the check. Please copy the check and the case. Copy the check and the case. This is the case here. Are you copying the check? Sorry, the case number 2. Did you copy it? Right. Now, down or beside, copy the check so you can understand how we apply the case on the check. Done? Done? Yes. After the class. Done? Yalla, copy. Use your copy box, please. Here case 1 يا ابني less than. Less than تعملها يا هيك يا هيك. صعبة هاي. Here what؟ نعملها هيك. مش زي بعض اللي قدام المرة. مش زي بعض. الابسولوت فاليو مش زي بعض. اتفقنا؟ اتفقنا. طيب let's go back here a little bit for we did the homework, right? This. If absolute value less than negative number, we said what? No solution. So, can the absolute value be more than the negative number? Yeah. Right? The absolute value can be more than the negative number. So, if the absolute value less than negative, what we say? No solution. Let's take example. What happens if it will be more than negative, not less than negative? The second case, I mean, right? So, always the absolute value more than the negative, right? Any absolute value should be more than the negative because the absolute value always what? Positive. So if the absolute value less than negative, we say no solution. If the absolute value more than the negative, what is the solution? All the number line. كل solution. Okay? All real numbers are solution. Let's take example and see. Low example 5, I think. Now, in example 5, they want us to solve, focus please, to solve absolute value of n minus 6 less than or equal, no, more than or equal negative 5. Go to the case and apply it normally. What the case said? Case 2. If absolute value more than a number, then the expression inside more than the same number less than negative of that number, right? Yeah, let's go and apply. So if absolute value of n minus 6 more than or equal negative 5, then n minus 6 more than or equal negative 5, or n minus 6 less than or equal negative 5, right? So negative the number. What's the number? Negative 5. Negative of negative 5, it will be what? Right? Right? I'm applying the case only. Now solve normally. Normally. N more than or equal negative 5 plus 6 means n more than or equal what? 1. Or not n minus 6 less than or equal 5. Check n less than or equal what? 11. صح? 5 plus 6. Now come to the number line and apply. 1 and what? 11. Both close circle means both included in the solution, right? طيب n more than or equal 1 كله صح؟ Right? And n less than or equal what? Negative 11 to the left. What's this mean? Everything, not in the middle. This is not and. This is not and يا ابني. هذه ايش؟ or less than نخليها and. يعني if this was less than, yeah, the solution is between the numbers, right? Only. But this is or. Or means any value here is what? Check. Give me any value here, more than 11, 12. Give me any value here between 11 and 1, 7. Give me any value here less than 1, negative 1, right? What? Apply. What's 12 here? 12 minus 6. 6. Absolute value of 6. Is it more than negative 5? 6 more than negative 5. What مين ايش اخترنا هون احنا؟ 7. 7 minus 6. 1. Absolute value of 1. 1. 1 more than negative 5. What any value here? negative 1. Negative 1 minus 6, negative 7. Absolute value of negative 7 is 7. Is it more than negative 5? So at this case, what's the solution? All real numbers. But if we have less than, no solution. Whatever it's negative. Okay, don't forget that. So that's all. We discussed all the cases. I'll select homework for you. Yesterday we did 1, 2, 5, and 6, right? Select with me now. 3, 4, 3, 4 about case 1, huh? 7, 8 about today's case. صح? Yeah. So 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I want 15 and 16. Okay? Done? Before you start solving, you need to determine which case. Less than بتروح على كيس حقت less than. More than بتروح على الكيس حقت more than. Okay? تشتغل على الفورمولا عادي. But be careful about the negative. Less than negative, the absolute value cannot be less than negative. The absolute value always what? 0 or positive. It cannot be less than negative. So if absolute value less than negative, على طول no solution. طب can the absolute value be more than the negative? Yes, always. So all real numbers. Yani, if you have a question like this one here, no need to do all of these steps. Right? خلاص. Solution what? Why? Because I'm talking about positive value here. Is the positive value always more than the negative? Yes. So it's enough to tell me if you have this one, this case, this example, or this type of example, it's enough to tell this. Enough. If you want to solve it and be sure about it, yes, you can. When you will graph all the number lines. It will become something like this. I forget them. Yes, Minister. No, after the class, I said. Yeah. Huh? Apply the case يا ابني. I'm just applying the case. هاي الكيس. صح؟ Yeah. Absolute value of A more than N. كيف بنعملها؟ A more than N, A less than negative. Right? Right? يلا. Go and apply the case. Now, absolute value more than or equal negative 5. معناته N minus 6 more than the same number, or N minus 6 less than or equal negative N. طب what's N? ونيجاتيف من الفورمولا negative N. Got it? But if negative 5 is positive 5, كل شيء بيختلف. يصير عندنا two sided solution, normal solution. Else, any questions? Do you want to copy anything? I'll set your copy box. Do you want to copy anything? That's all. Thank you so much. Guys in the online. Any questions, guys in the online? Who's this? Case 1, did you copy it? Case 1, case 2, it's important. You check. Huh? Yeah, let's check. Guys, online, that's all for today. Don't forget to solve your homework. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll do it together. Check.